got a dream and it's all I see. I got my team and it's all I need. I see them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me. See them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me.
I see 'em hating and it's fine by me. Got a dream and it's all I see. Got my team and it's all I need. See 'em hating and it's fine by me.
It's fine by me. Yeah, haters know I get a lot of.
Wait,
Hold up.
shit,
Haters know I got a lot of.
Wait.
Hold up.
shit.
Haters mad cause they get nada. Got a lot of dollars, look like I just hit the lotto. Rich, pop my collar, looking like a baller. Take shots like revolver, but the stroke so on no Palmer. Don't tell me act right, I be in my bag like I be in the fast life. Blow money like a bag pipe. It's all I see. I got my team and it's all I need. I see them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me. See them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me.
I see 'em hating and it's fine by me. Got a dream and it's all I see. Got my team and it's all I need. See 'em hating and it's fine by me.
It's fine by me.
Boy, it's only buckets where I'm at, where I'm from. They don't tuck it, they just shoot dick buckets through the gap. You be sluggish at the back, I be Kirby Puckett. Sticking House of Moan Brown, stuck it to the mat. Magic fingers, like I'm Stephon Diggs. I don't like my coffee black, I like it T-shirt Prince. Hold on to the balls, just like Marshawn Lynch. In the whip, you ain't like the.
I got a dream and it's all I see. I got my team and it's all I need. I see them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me. See them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me.
I see 'em hating and it's fine by me. Got a dream and it's all I see. Got my team and it's all I need. See 'em hating and it's fine by me.
It's fine by me.
I can see 'em hating, but it's all good. Say they hating 'cause I made it, 'cause they never thought I would.
I always knew I'd do it different since the day I started. When I was spitting all my lyrics, all I know is heartache. I need a medic who can feel so empathetic when I'm calling 9099. My list of fucking problems, take out those zeros cause I'm powered by a nine. And my favorite color's Nero, but I'm looking for a star who can shine away the pain that is coming up with this age. As I look back and I say, where did it go, why did I waste it? I grew up listening to music from 10 different genres. It never stopped me going crazy when the volume's up. And I always wanna be somebody who can tell his father I made it pops and I promise I'll look after mother. I'm making money but my money isn't back, and I'm always wondering if it will ever be everlasting. I'm always thinking about the issues of my past. Now my faith is on the edge, somebody go and call the pastor. I gave up weekends cause I need to take a chance. Now I'm working all the time on my music, I gotta act big. If I don't make it then I pray my boy will smash this. I'm looking up for angels cause I want the wings to catch him. And in my past there's a version I barely know who never thought he falls from the.
Hello guys, happy Friday. So we're gonna wait for some people to come in, but today we are doing something a lot different. A while ago I made a video where I read through some of my cringy old stories that I made when I was younger, like a lot younger, like 7 years old. And I'm gonna do that again today. I thought I might as well do it with you guys, for you guys to see. So that is what we are going to be doing. I have 3 of the stories pulled up at the moment, and if we get through them we can read some more, or if we don't, that is okay. But the title, I'm sorry, but it is a little misleading. These are not actually like fanfics. These are like well, they're basically Harry Potter fanfics, sort of like knockoffs, more knockoffs. they were heavily based on Harry Potter, and because I was obsessed with that when I was, younger. Even though I'd only watched the first maybe movie or two, because my parents wouldn't let me watch any of the other ones. And so I wrote this story. I wrote my own, like, Harry Potter story, like, magical story, and it was really cringy. It was so bad. And so I want to read some of them, because it's just, like, laughably terrible. So, this is actually, I did go through and I did censor some of the personal information. We're not going to be reading, like, the author's note at the end, because it says my real name and all of that stuff, but we are going to be reading the stories, and I really don't remember much of it. I really don't. So I just remember this. It's called Woody Lenmont, and I don't know how I came up with that name. I don't know how I came up with a lot of the names in this series. I remember I do have a lot of really weird, crazy names, but that just makes it more fun in my opinion. So, yeah, let's just, let me check my Discord real quick. Let me check it. Let's see, I have some, okay. I know, my channel is really dead, guys. We are, I have some stuff to do, honestly, but I think I might try to put out a video, like, I really mean it, like, this weekend, because I said I would do it last weekend, and I didn't, so, just, yeah, gonna do it, probably gonna do it this weekend. Also, we did, I still have not looked at the music, so, once again, we are firing the music. It's out of here, because it's just, like, really loud all the time, and we don't need that, because, especially if, like, we're gonna be reading today, I don't know how helpful that would be. So, let me make a community post, actually. And then, okay. That's the right link, right? Yes, okay. I like the thumbnail I made for this. Okay, yeah. I haven't posted in 3 weeks, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I know my channel's, like, slowly dying, and it's really sad, but, homework will do that, too, and other stuff, and, oopsies, I did not even open that. Okay, well, now, we are gonna go to this first one here. This is the first one that I have for you today. I opened this from my, like, channel account on Word. Hi, Potato. So, this is the first one. Woody Lenmont, and you can see it's trying to autocorrect it here. Element. Book 1. The Quill of Creatures. And another thing that you'll notice throughout these books is that I put a lot of, whenever I wanted, like, some kind of visuals, I would literally just go to the insert here, and I would just find pictures, like, off the web, and I would just, like, slap it in here in the most random spots. I think it took, like, 5 minutes, or 5 seconds to find this, and then I just put it in here, and it made no sense. I just completely ripped off and stole all the pictures online, and I put it in my book. So apparently this is the Quill of Creatures right here. I don't even remember what the Quill of Creatures is, actually. I know, like, every single book, like Harry Potter was something. It was, like, the, like, Woody Lenmont and the blank, and this one is the Quill of Creatures, like him trying to find something, really, is what happened. And one more thing before we start, all these characters are really old. Like, not really old, but, like, old for a 7-year-old to be writing about. I think in the original, and I think this is the original copy. I might have edited it, but, in the original, they were, like, something crazy, like 20 years old. And they were still in high school. They were 20 years old. They were still in Magic High School. They were doing the stupidest things. And, maybe they were 20 towards the end of the series, but I think they started out, like, late teens at least. And it was really weird because as a 7-year-old, obviously, I did not know I did not know how 20-year-olds act, obviously. And so, really, they were 20-year-olds, and they were acting like 7-year-olds, because I was a 7-year-old writing this. And so, that's another thing that I think is really funny. By the way, I should mention, there are 3 arcs of this. There's, like, this is the first generation, then there's the second generation, and then there's a third generation, which I never finished writing. But, in my voice memos, too, I also remember that I made, like, theme songs for this, which is literally just me going, and that's literally and I made, like a theme song for like every single chapter. There were like so many of them. They were so bad. I don't even want to like show them. I still have them, but yeah, I was really into this, guys. I was like really into the series. And obviously this was like half my lifetime ago when I wrote this, which is crazy. And so yeah, let's just start reading. I think that's all the background information that we need, and I will like explain some things along the way too. That's the best song I've ever heard. Okay, I know I said, okay, I'm gonna embarrass myself. I'm actually gonna show you one of them. I think I have one for this book. I don't know if I would have saved it under QOC or probably QOC. It's like the abbreviated version of Quilla Creatures, obviously. That's blue. Okay, wait, that's the next one. Oh, okay. Well, I don't see one for this one. But this is one of the theme songs. I'm not kidding. I was so serious. Here's another one. Oh, wait, no, wait. Here's another one. Oh, wait, no, that one's not very exciting. That was another one. Okay. This is another. Yeah. So those were the well, okay. I called them theme songs. That was the soundtrack. That was like, I was totally planning for these to be made into movies, and that was the soundtrack. That was to be the soundtrack for the movie of these books, because obviously they are movie worthy. Okay, let's get started. I've been yapping too much. I'll give background information where it is needed. Here we go. I'm actually scared for this, because I reacted to this like a couple years ago on my channel, but I actually don't remember, and I want to react to it again, and then I haven't reacted to the other, 2 that I'm going to be doing today. So, Chapter 1, Making History. That's a really subtle chapter title. That's very nice. Just starting off real big here. Dishes, more boring dishes. Woody Ledman was stuck with it for a whole month. Don't most kids do the dishes? Doing the dishes is not that hard. This was my take on like the Harry Potter's like aunt and uncle, you know, who were like really mean to him. This was what I was trying to sort of like knock off, you know. Just keep that in mind. Besides all the other things that he had to do, like what, his laundry? Oh, his horrible grandpa made him do it. Oh, so horrible, so bad. His grandma had gone shopping, and he was stuck with his grandpa. Oh my gosh, not the shopping too? This is terrible. Not that his grandma was nice either. Oh yeah, because she's going to the store for you guys, and that's like a really mean thing to do. Why was everyone so mean to him, period? He was always made fun of because his grandparents didn't let him do anything. I mean, okay, overprotective parents, you know, they suck, but also, but that doesn't mean they're mean to you. That doesn't mean they're, like, abusing you. Like, but again, I get it, because he's supposed to be, like, 20. Again, he's supposed to be, like, 20 years old, or, I don't know, it probably says, actually. He might be retconned to be, like, 18, okay? But, still, like, all this thinking made Woody stop what he was doing and made him look outside through the open window. Well, what do you think you're doing? Keep on cleaning. I also did not do any, like, paragraph formatting, and also no, I did a lot of capital letters / words. Woody's grandpa looked up from reading the paper. But I just saw the weirdest thing. It was a woman, and then she said what sounded like Vanishamina, and then disappeared. I don't know how he could have heard that out the window. The window was closed. He looked out the window and he heard completely clearly what she said. I think his magical hearing is what we should really be focusing on here, because what the heck? And my terrible spelling, like, oh my god. Train. Did I show you my soundtrack? Did I show you my soundtrack for this? Well, this is actually for the next book. This is the soundtrack for the next book. A little cough. Of course, we need that. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, continuing. Oh, there's a picture, guys. There's a picture. This is the woman. This is the picture. This is exactly what she looks like. Oh, and there she is now. She's signaling for me to come. Do you see? I can't see anything. Blind? What? And anyway, we live in Wisconsin. There's nothing silly like that in Wisconsin. I was literally just talking to my boyfriend about this yesterday, because, I was like, okay, so, when I was making this book, I was like, where should this be set in? And then I was like, well, no books are ever set in Wisconsin. They must feel really left out. It's always New York City. It's always California. It's always, like, Wisconsin must feel really left out. And I don't know why I specifically chose Wisconsin, but I did. And so the entire thing was based in Wisconsin. But the thing is, I never even seen a picture of Wisconsin, never gone to Wisconsin, like, ever. And so I didn't even do any research. I just was like, yep, they can be Wisconsin. Cool. Yeah. All the Wisconsinians will be very happy. I do not live in Wisconsin, by the way. I just chose it for some reason. Which is weird, because, like, and no stories are based in my state either, but, like, at the same time, like, I didn't choose mine. I was just like, Wisconsin, sure. I think that's really funny. Nothing silly like that in Wisconsin. Nothing, said Woody's grandpa. Oh, but she said Vanishamina again, said Woody. Oh, you missed it, Grandpa. Up to your room. Your grandma will be here soon, and I don't want her to be too surprised when you are down here. Woody, woman, he lives in your house. Why would you come in, see the person that lives in your house with you, and be like, oh my gosh, has a heart attack, dies. What? Said his grandpa. Oh, when he got upstairs, he saw the woman in his room. Call the police. That is illegal. She had brown wavy hair and pretty blue eyes. Oh my god, I swear if they. She was wearing a purple cloak. Woody Ledmont. I am here to take you to Piranse School of Hearing-Saws and Hearing-Says. What a sentence. Woody looked at the lady like she was crazy. I would too. He didn't know what any of the things she said meant. I don't either. Why don't you know? The woman said. Again, this woman is supposed to be like Hagrid. Terrible knockoff. Woody shook his head. Your grandparents are horrible to you, Woody. They make you do the dishes and your laundry. They go to the store for you. They're so bad. Anyway, Hearing-Saws and Hearing-Says are boys and girls that sort of have magic, but only sort of. You get a wand and there are some spells that do things themselves. but some other spells make a special object appear. Those objects do things. So you have to, like, go through so much trouble. Like, literally, High Void, like, literally, why could this one just, like, not do it themselves? Like, like, what? Like, I think this was my attempt to, like, not completely rip off Harry Potter, but like, basically rip off Harry Potter. But I was like, well, if they conjure objects, that maybe I won't get copyrighted to death, you know? Even though I didn't know what copyright was. Casually breaks into house. I'm here to kidnap you. That's basically what happens. This was my take on the Hagrid scene when Hagrid takes Harry to Hogwarts. You know, the "You're a wizard, Harry." She comes here. She said this sentence right here is "You are a wizard, Harry." What are your PC specs? I don't know what that means. I don't know. Oh no, not chores. How disgraceful. I know, right? But some very special objects can be made not to appear. What? I think my brain actually just broke. What are you talking about? Wait, I am the author. I remember a lot of stuff from this book, but I don't even remember what this means. What? Some very special objects can be made not to appear. What do you mean, like regular stuff? What do you mean? And sadly, people are trying to steal them, but they are so guarded well. I'm so confused. So are they like magical things, but like you can't like summon them? Is that what's happening? This was Harry Potter? This was my Harry Potter knockoff, yeah. Graphics card? The best one, yeah. But where did my parents go? Yeah, that's something I would be asking to do. Like, all this talk about objects and this random gibberish, and then he's like, okay, but where are my parents? Like, that's so real. I don't know, but this creature, he's pretty big, and he's like a lion with a spiky head. With a spiky head. What does that mean? He has a spiky head and tail, and he never really wants to hurt anyone. Another thing with my books when I was younger, I would never have any violence. I was like, 0 violence, 0 death, whatever. Like, I was scared of the very word death when I was younger. I thought it was a curse word. He never really wants to hurt anyone. But sometimes he goes looking for the greatest Heronsaws and Heronsays and makes them disappear someplace. That's what happened. But I don't know any other Heronsaws or Heronsays besides you, do I? Asked Woody. Oh my goodness, were they so cruel as to not tell you? Well, your parents were, but what? Asked Woody. Your grandparents are Heronsaws and Heronsays. Oh, the gasp, said the woman. Heronsaws are guys and Heronsays are girls, by the way, I should say that. They're like wizards and witches. But the really amazing part is that when the monster they call Sheriku. That's actually like a really cool name though. I actually like really like it. Made your parents disappear. He sent you to your grandparents' house. He's never missed sending a person to a place before. You can tell how much like Harry Potter this is, and it's so painful. It's so painful. Well, there's a first time for everything, said Woody, smiling. I don't know if I'd be joking about this, sir. Also the number first. Come on, let's go, said the woman. You never told me your name, said Woody. Sorry, I'm Mrs. Concanestri, said the woman. The word said is said so many times. But how did Sheriku miss? Asked Woody. We don't know. All we know is that you have made history. The name of the chapter. Like gasp, said Mrs. Concanestri. But I'm only... Oh, random picture. There we go. Continue. I'm only 13. Okay, he's only 13. He's only 13, guys. He's only 13. So he's not like... Okay, this is still not how 13-year-olds act. Actually, maybe it is. Maybe it is. But, still a little bit old. I didn't know how 13-year-olds acted when I was 7 either, so, you know. But, another thing is, like, when you're 13, you just found out how to curse, and you're, like, you're, like, trying to be cool with, like, cursing a whole bunch, like, that was me, at least, that was me, or to an extent, that was me. I'm a good kid, okay, but, that none of this happens either. I think it was really hard when I was like trying to put bullies in this book because I didn't want to be too offensive. So literally, if you see a bully in any of these books, they're literally just gonna be like, You stupid face, you're so stupid. And the characters are like, wah! And that's like what happens. Anyway. Yeah, random picture. I don't even know why this picture is here. Is this the spell? I don't know. It's so random. But I'm only 13, said Woody. Yes, you're just old enough, said Mrs. Concanestri. Ready, Woody? Mrs. Concanestri asked, taking out her wand. Woody nodded. Compira System Colapenta. A part green, part pink, part blue wave object appeared. Oh, it's this. This is what that is. Mrs. Concanestri flicked it to the side, then up, and an airplane appeared. An airplane in his room. Wow, guys. Because his room is totally... Because his grandparents are so terrible to him, because they gave him a room big enough that a friggin' airplane would fit into. Or did she conjure the airplane and then it just the tail just bashed out the window into his room. It just like broke the window, broke the wall down, and it just like what's happening here? What's happening? I don't know how this makes no sense. But again, in book 3, which we're gonna be reading today, there's a something like a 50-foot tall attic. Yeah, you'll see. Basically, I'll teach us picture bullies. Got it. Yep. Yep. Mrs. Concanestri. Okay, yeah, airplane. And they flew off to a whole new world. Whoa. Woody blew a raspberry at the house. Because of course, that's what any sane, stable person would do. And Mrs. Concanestri smiled. Chapter 2, Pier and Say School. Okay. An hour later, whoa. An hour later, Woody checked his watch. It was 8 o'clock. Whoa, that's so late. That's so late, guys. How much longer will it take till we get there? 1 more hour, said Mrs. Concanestri. That was so late when I was little. For the first time, Woody looked down at the glazing ocean underneath him. I don't know if that's the right word there, but okay. He saw himself differently. Not as a sad boy with mean grandparents. Not as a boy wishing for a new life. He saw himself as a hear-and-saw. Oh, finally they started to land. Mrs. Concanestri helped Woody out of the plane. Why? He looked forward. 1,000,000 shops and streets filled everywhere. This is Diagon Alley, if you cannot tell. First, Mrs. Concanestri led him to a bank. Oh, just led him to a bank, okay. It was filled with millions of rooms, even more appearing for every child that was born. Whoa! Names appearing on them every time a parent named one. That's kind of cool, actually. Go on. Go find your room. It's somewhere over there. Here's your key. She's just like, yep, somewhere over there. Go get it. Bye. So, Mrs. Concanestri. This is, as you can tell, like so much like Harry Potter. Like, when he arrives at Diagon Alley and there's, like, all the money for him. Like, this is basically what's happening here. Shoving the key at him. Woody took it and went searching for his room. Okay, so basically, yeah, there's so much money, as you can see in the amazing visual here. He's like, wow. Mrs. Concanestri was gone. 1 minute later, she appeared. Sorry, she said, but I thought I might look around a bit while you were getting your money. Hasn't she been here like 1,000,000 times? What are you talking about, looking around? Didn't you bring him here? Woody laughed. It's okay, he said. They walked outside. Woody saw an ice cream store nearby. He looked at Mrs. Concanestri. She nodded. Woody ran off to the store. He never got treats like this. As they walked along, Woody saw a girl doing one of the spells that did things. Oh, wow. Wow, great wording. On their own. Conivera. Why the different text? Why did I feel the need to do a fancy text for this? Conivera Houndiva Humia. At once a dog she was doing it on, just a random dog, turned into a human. Oh. Okay. As he went past, he heard them say that the dog was regularly a dog. Oh, okay. Crazy. I wonder if I'll learn to do that. Why is it still fancy text? Why do we... What? He thought. Is this his thoughts? Is this the text for his thoughts? I'm so confused. Next, he got his school uniform and books and studies and cauldron and all the other things that he needed to get. Do you do this with all the students? Asked Woody. Well, of course not, said Mrs. Concanestri. You're just special. You're just special. Come on, it's time to get your wand and pet. They are the last things on the list. Again, like in Harry Potter. I get a pet? Asked Woody. Well, of course. They help you with your classes and to keep you company, said Mrs. Concanestri. First, your wand. They walked into a store called Silo's Wands of all kinds, every wand there is. That's a really That's a really, interesting name for the shop. Looking for a wand, eh? Said Silo. No, we just walked into a store called Silo's Wand of All Kinds, Every Wand There Is, to get a block of cheese. Yeah. Yeah, and of course we're not here for a wand, idiot. Then paused. Woody Ledmont, I was wondering when you would come around, he said. Here, this should fit you. It's the rarest kind we have. Wow! 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 Just, here's the rarest kind we have. This should work. He loved it. Yes, I knew that. Goodbye, said Silo. Knew what? Now for your pet, said Mrs. Concanestri. Which ones are allowed, asked Woody. Small dogs, birds, rabbits, frogs, bats, and rats. And the magic cheese, yeah, replied Mrs. Concanestri. They walked into a Hearny? What? Is that like wizardy? But Hearny? Pet store. Woody looked around. This didn't get red underlined. Is this an actual word that I didn't know what it meant? Is that a bad word? What? Woody looked around. He saw pretty bats. Why did I like capitalize all the animals? That's not how it works. Playful rabbits and beckoning birds. He went over to a bat for a while, but then he saw a beautiful parakeet. Her shop name was Rainbow Glow. Woody thought it over. He compared the two. Then he made up his mind and bought the bird. So I actually had this, like, I still have it, actually, I still have it. It was like this, wait. I don't remember what it was called. It was like, yeah, it was one of these. It was one of these. I had one of these. It was this one. It was this purple one. It was one of the first things I bought with my own money, I think. And yeah, it came in this little cage like this. And it was the purple bird. And I decided to put her in my story, and so that was yeah, this one right here. I still have her. I think her foot broke off, but she's in my closet. I think at my dad's house where I am right now, so but yeah, I really loved her. I actually still think she's really cool. She like repeats back things to you that you say in like a really like cringy squeaky voice. But I thought it was really, really fun, and yeah, I love her. So that is her. Well, Woody's gonna name her Skyfall. This is Skyfall in the book. So based off my my little toy bird, which I think is cute. I think it's a cute little Easter egg. Okay. He bought the bird. Woody walked outside with Mrs. Concanestri. He looked at his book of Hearny pet names. Here's one. Skyfall. You like it? Oh, I guess this is the best picture I could find. I didn't look on Google either. I literally just searched on the insert section of Word. This is the best picture I could get. Skyfall tweeted. Again, it's just in the most random placing ever. They went back to the plane. Only next to it, there were many, many more planes. Then they set off. There's one other girl in the plane. She was the girl doing the dog spell earlier. When she saw Woody, she went pale. Woody Ledmont, she said. Honored to meet you, really. I'm Madison Hare. Yes, Hare. What's your pet? You got one? I would think so by all the money your parents left you. It's in the news. Why would that be in the news? That seems like a weird thing to be in the news. 13-year-old boy gets lent $1 million by his parents. $1 million. Also, how would he get that money? His parents didn't know they were gonna, like, get transported, quote unquote, by Sheriku, and they didn't die. Like, they didn't. At the end, they literally rescued the parents. Like, how would Woody come into possession of all that money? I'm so confused. But in the news, 13-year-old boy, a millionaire. He's so rich, guys. Look how rich this guy is. Hi, Nom Nom. Hi, Pookie. Good to see you. We're reading my cringy Harry Potter knockoff here. Okay, let's see. It's in the news, and to be led by one of the best teachers in our year. Thank you, Miss Madison, said Mrs. Concanestri. Woody held up Skyfall. Cool, I got a bird too. Nice parakeet, I got a sparrow. His name was Tweedlewink, said Madison. Mine's name is Skyfall, said Woody. Nice. Such a pretty name. This is totally how 13-year-olds interact. Said Madison. Finally, they arrived. By the way, this is his love interest. Yeah. Finally, they arrived. A gigantic school with towers and 1,000,000 cottages came into sight. 1,000,000! Mrs. Concanestri led them inside. She showed them all the classrooms and different floors and rooms. What is that room? Asked Madison, pointing to a room. That is the flying classroom. It leads to a special part outside. You don't get to go there until your 5th year. Oh my god. So if they're in their first year right now, they would literally be 18. 18 by the time. Well, wait, actually that makes sense. Wait, that actually does make sense though. If they were 18, that makes sense actually. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, by the way, yeah, there's 9 years. There's 9 years here. Okay, 9. So yeah, if he's 13, he would be 21 in his 9th year. 21. If you think a 7-year-old can correctly portray how a 21-year-old acts, you are so wrong. And oh my gosh, it is the most. The result is the most cringy thing ever. Like, oh my gosh. He's in his first year right now, literally 21 by the time he graduates. Like, oh my god. Anyways, you don't get to go there until you're literally 18 years old. She finally led them to the announcement hall. Announcement hall, yeah, like the Great Hall. Get it? Like the Harry Potter, but not the Harry Potter, because I just did a knockoff of Harry Potter. Is the announcement hall. Where they would hang out and have holiday feasts. Again, does this sound familiar? They sat down. A man climbed into thin air above them. I am the principal of Piernse School. You can call me Horace. I have a few last things to explain. Last things to explain? You literally didn't even explain anything. There are different groups that I will sort you into. Oh gosh. Okay, these are the Harry Potter houses. These are my knockoff Harry Potter houses. Also, the thing with Horace, the principal, later on, I had like this big plot twist, big reveal that his first name was Zookie Cookie. I'm not even joking. I retconned his name to be Zookie Cookie. Zookie Cookie Horace. You heard that right. And I put it in the book. It's like huge big reveal. Oh my gosh, his name is Zookie Cookie. Whoa. And yeah, it was so unexpected. Everyone reading that was like, oh my gosh, that's the biggest plot twist of the century. His name is Zookie Cookie. Jeezels. But okay, my Harry Potter house knockoffs. Here we go. There's Civilan, who are brave and trustworthy. Their symbol is a tiger. Okay, so that's Gryffindor. Waylene, this is Hufflepuff. Always see the good in others. Okay, whatever. Their symbol is a whale. Countersworth, which is smart and known for getting at least 80% on a test. 80% is so bad. That's like, what, a B? That's like, what, a B? They're so smart. They're literally mastermind geniuses. They get at least a B on every test. A B. Like an A+, like straight A's. Okay. Not straight A's, not straight A's, not straight A pluses. Literally B. At least 80%. What grade is 80%? It's literally a B-, bro. Bro, that's a B-. They're so smart. Like, okay, if you have B-, I'm not saying that's bad. Like, that's pretty good. That's not a failing grade. But, like, to introduce them as, like, the masterminds of the school, the smartest people to ever live, and then, like, they get at least 80%. They get B-. It's like, okay. Like, I'm not super good at school, but, like, I still have, like, A's and stuff. Like, oh my god. At least 80% on the test. Their symbol is a beetle. Literally a beetle, yeah. Yeah, I know, really anticlimactic. And there's, okay, so yeah, this is, supposed to be Ravenclaw, but obviously not very smart, after all. Again, if you have B-, I'm not saying you're not smart, I'm just saying this is, really hyping them up for this. And then there's Wynewolf. This is gonna be an intelligent school. Yeah, if those are the smartest people, what grades do the other people get? Like, what? Okay, there's Wynewolf. They're known, wrong there, for being fair and good at problem solving. And their symbol is a wolf. That was supposed to be Slytherin, but I didn't want to make a mean, like, house, so. Now, last words. He took out his wand, Festivio fest appearance. A plate with a turkey appeared. Horse threw it, and food appeared on every single serving plate. And the turkey stayed. It had landed on Madison's plate. One by one, a shielding spell got put on every single plate so that only the owner could touch the plate or food. Wait, that's actually really cool. I want that. I want that so people don't steal my food. And one by one, students got called up and sorted into groups. Again, does this sound familiar at all? Where have I heard this before? I can't put my finger on it. First, a girl named Colestine got called. She was a whaling. Next, a girl sitting on the other side of Madison got called up. Madison said she was one of her best friends. Her name was Anne Hopewhy. She's another main character, by the way. Civil Anne. Next, there's a boy called William Scaredy Pants. Yes, his last name was actually Scaredy Pants. Why no wolf? Next to Madison, Civil Anne. After her went a boy named Bill Colvane. Oh my gosh, not Bill. Not Bill. Oh no. Okay, Bill is literally the cringiest character I've ever written. Not even joking. I'm not even freaking joking. You will see, but oh my gosh. He is kind of like the Ron of this book. But, oh my gosh. And Madison's the Hermione, if you can't tell, by the way. And then Bill is the Ronald Weasley of this universe. But, really, 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 really terribly written character. And it's so cringy. So cringy. There's literally a scene in the later book where, he's literally, like the breakdancer, the Australian breakdancer. He's like squirming around on the floor. He's like rolling around on the floor. And his brother looks down at him and he's like, bro, you're 18. Stop doing that. I'm not even joking. It's so bad. But anyways, yeah, okay. So Bill. His son, the main character in the second like arc of this, he had a huge crush on him. I'm not even kidding. His name is Charlie Colvane. Such a huge crush on that guy. Like, oh my god. Fun Easter egg though with that one. I made his birthday on the on April 8th because it was the 98th day of the year. 98 is my favorite number. So I thought that was a cool little Easter egg for him, but anyways, yeah, like I had crushes on their whole entire family bloodline though. Like, I'm not even kidding. Bill's older brother, who you'll meet later, had a crush on him, totally, 100%. Their son, Charlie, again, huge crush on him. And then, Charlie's nephew in the third generation, his name is Eli. Huge crush on him, too. Not even kidding. Like, I don't know what it was about them, but, like, you can totally tell the favoritism that I had when writing these characters. Like, I had so much favoritism towards them, and I was, like, obsessing over them as, like, I was writing them. And all the other characters totally got scammed out of any development because I gave it all to the characters that I liked. And it was so bad. It was so bad. Even now, I'm not sure if I'd be able to, like, refrain from doing that, though, because, oh, man, I just really get attached to some characters. Anyway, after, no more ranting. After her went a boy named Bill Colvane, Civil Anne. Tweedlewink and Skyfall were eating bird treats and birdseed next to each other. Okay, we just needed to have that detail. Next, a girl named Loveheart. Loveheart. Counter's worth. Oh, good. She's so smart, so she can get B- on all her tests. That's good. Good job, Loveheart. Next, Woody got called Civil Anne. He's the main character. We're not even getting a description. We're just like, yeah, all these random characters go. Yeah, main character goes. Yeah, whatever. Like, no focus on him. Just literally, he gets one sentence. Just, yeah, in passing. He's a Civil Anne. We don't even get to know how he feels. We don't get to know how any of this even happens, how they get sorted. Just, yeah, just there you go. No questions asked. Okay. After the feast, Mrs. Concanestri led all the Civil Annes to an orange sign with a tiger on it. By the way, Mrs. Concanestri, she's Professor McGonagall, again, if you did not catch up on that. And then she walked behind the sign. Many cottages were behind it. Go find your cottages. It will have your names on it. 4 in each. 2 boys, 2 girls. I don't know if that's a good idea, she said. So they set off. Woody found his in the middle. He was with Madison, Bill, and Anne. They went inside. There were beds, desks, lots of room, and a big menu of food, and the movements of the objects and the spells to make them appear for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's cool. I want to do that. I want to make food out of thin air. And the dates of when to go to the announcement hall for a special holiday feast. Woody went into a changing room. Oh, there were changing rooms. That's fancy. Put on his pajamas, said goodnight to his roommates and Skyfall, and fell fast asleep. Back at Countersworth Cottage, Loveheart was whispering the test answers for the next day in her sleep. How does she even know that? This is literally the first day. This is the first day that they got there. How do you know all the test answers already? Jeez. That's smart and only getting a B-. Chapter 3, the first classes. Wowie. Also, why would they have a test on the first day? That doesn't seem very, very good of them to do. Chirp, tweet. Woody woke up to Skyfall chirping and tweeting. She wanted food, but just as he went to pour Skyfall some food, a berserk rabbit jumping around the room knocked over her cage. Sue their owner. There was a pet table where all the pets' habitats and cages were set on. Okay, that's cool. And there was nothing underneath it. Under it is just literally the void. Woody didn't have enough time to save Skyfall, so instead he shouted her name. This is the sentence. I'm not joking, and I'm so 100% dead serious when I say this. This is the sentence that haunts me when I am about to go to sleep. Like, I'm not even saying that. Sometimes I will actually be laying in bed, and I'll be thinking about that, and I will remember this sentence right here, and I will cringe. I will physically cringe. I will be like, oh my god, remember the time that I wrote that one sentence? And I'll be thinking about this, and I'll be dying, because what the heck is this? He didn't have enough time to save Skyfall, so instead he shouted her name. I can't. I actually can't. I want this literature. This story is so slay. Thank you. I mean, I know. This is the best story ever. Skyfall! Oh boy. Skyfall's, really, really fallen, you know? She's just really fallen. I know. You get it? Because she's falling. This should be a movie. Yeah, I already have the soundtrack for it. Like, for real. Wait, do I have any soundtracks for this book? I don't. Darn it. I really thought I did. I guess I don't. And she fell and it crumbled. Oh, no. A boy that had been chasing the rabbit darted to the pet table just in time and saved Skyfall. Sorry, he said. That's mine. His name is Chocolate Mice. I'd get so mad when my family called him Chocolate Mice, even though that's literally his name, because in my mind, it had to be pronounced Chocolate Mice. Like the fancy way. His name was always Chocolate Mice. Chocolate Mice? My family would talk about chocolate mice, and I'd be like, no, it's Chocolate Mice, obviously. But Chocolate Mice is a name. Sorry, Chocolate Mice. Crazy name. He can be very, troublesome sometimes. I would be too if my name was literally Chocolate Mice. Yeah, I understand, said Woody. My name is, Chocolate Mice! What did you say? Asked Woody, trying to hold in a laugh. Sorry, my name is Bill Colween, and you're Woody Ledmond. You're Woody Ledmond what? Chocolate Mice, yeah. Yes, said Woody. Then Chocolate Mice kicked Bill. He fell to the floor. Then Chocolate Mice kicked Bill on the stomach. On the stomach. Then Bill swiped his foot and hit Chocolate Mice with the side of it, sending the rabbit flying. Then Bill did a whole lot of karate moves on Chocolate Mice. I feel like he should get this animal taken away from him. What the heck? It's Chocolate Mice, yeah. Chocolate Mice. I feel like this is like animal abuse. Like, what? I don't think you should be allowed to do this. Karate moves. But then Chocolate Mice kicked him again. Then he ran off to the other side of the cottage. Then Bill pounced on him. Then he wrestled Chocolate Mice into his cage. There were chains wrapped around the cage with a keyhole in the middle. Yeah, I would ask for a new roommate, I think. Then Bill dropped Chocolate Mice into the cage and slammed the top shut. Then he put his wand in the keyhole. Wait, so his wand's a key? What's happening here? And turned it to lock the cage. Is it literally just a hole and you have to like stick your wand in there? Like, is that what I mean by keyhole, or is it like an actual like key-shaped hole and the wand is like an actual key? Or is it a key or a wand? Like, what? I'm confused on how this works, but I was 7. I don't think I should be questioning it. My Pookie just asked me what the HE double hockey sticks is a chocolate mice. He is, I don't even know how to describe him, actually. I don't even know. Then Bill drops chocolate mice. Okay, yeah. Then he put his, okay, yeah, keyhole. Then Bill fell down on his back, exhausted. Is that normal? Asked Woody. It's a key, says Jevil. Okay, thank you. It's really interesting, because now I'm just imagining, wait, let me get out my paint app. Let me get out my actual paint app right here. Okay, wait, hold on. Because now, I didn't think about this when I was writing it, but, like, now I'm imagining something like, okay, wait, like, here's the wand, okay? This is a really chunky wand. Okay, wait, so, like, this is, I don't know how to draw a wand. Okay, so, like, this is a wand, and it's, like, oh, wait, no, okay, so this is, like, the wand. And then now, I'm imagining at the end, it's, like, there's your wand. Like, I'm imagining this. Like, before I imagined it, like, and then you do, like all the fancy little, like, the glitter stuff. Like, I imagine it as, like, this. But now I'm imagining it as, like, this one. Because, what the heck? What the heck? Like, at the end, just, like, now that's how I'm imagining it, and I'm scared. Okay, anyways. And literally just for the purpose of, like, when he was going to Silos, he was like, yeah, you'll need this to keep your rabbit under control. Your rabbit named Chocolate Mice. Or no, your rabbit named Chocolate Mice. And then Bill's like, it's Chocolate Mice! Okay, let's see. Said Bill, trying to catch his breath. Well, Woody turned. So did Bill. Nobody has seen Madison magicking up waffles for everyone. So fancy. Thanks, said Woody, grabbing one. Attention, students! Go to your first class in 30 minutes. Pet study. What's pet study? How big are these friggin' classes if everyone's going to the same class? What's pet study? Asked Woody. Ooh! I read about this. It's where you can learn about your pet's powers. Everyone has 3, said Madison. You mean Skyfall has powers? Said Woody, looking at Skyfall. Oh, yes. And at that class, a separate teacher teaches the pets how to use their powers. Right now, Countersworth is at that class. So, like, the entire group of, like, people, like, go to the... That must be a really large class. Or actually, I don't know how many kids are at this school, but... They finished eating, then it was time. Stay in your cottages. Your teacher will come pick you up. 5 minutes later, Mrs. Concanestra came to pick them up. She led them to their class with all the other civilians. That's funny, because, like, didn't Madison comment on, like, oh my gosh, you're being led by the best teacher, but she's literally, like, leading all of them right now. Like, is Woody really that special? I bet one of Skyfall's powers will be flying. No way, really? Oh, I don't know, we'll have to see. I actually don't know if we find out. We might find out, like, one of them, and then I just never comment on that aspect of the story ever again. That could be very possible. Who's the teacher? Asked Woody when they got to class. Well, she is, said Madison, pointing to Mrs. Carter. What? Okay, so can this woman clone herself? Because, to my understanding, she was already at that class with Countersworth, right? If she's the teacher, shouldn't she have been there actually, like, teaching people instead of, like, being there with them and taking them to the class that she's supposed to be teaching to other people at the same time? I'm so confused. How does this work? Anyway, well, she is, said Madison, pointing to Mrs. Concanestri. Good morning, class, said Mrs. Concanestri. I am Mrs. Conestri. Mrs. Conestri? Woody whispered to Madison. Yes, that's her nickname. Because, of course, she needs a nickname. Fun fact, I actually did this because I was sick of typing Concanestri, and so I wanted to shorten it, that's why. But it's so cringy. Is this your fanfic? Yeah, I made this when I was 7. It's not really a fanfic, it's more of a Harry Potter knockoff. But it's really bad, it's really, really bad. But yeah, that's her nickname, of course. Now, Paperestra, paperestra, a testra, said Mrs. Canestri. Paper appeared on every desk. They read, "What is your name?" "What is your name?" Woody wrote, "Woody Ledmont." Then the sentence moved up to the top and now said, "Which pet do you have? What's his or her name?" Woody wrote, "A parakeet named Skyfall." Then it said, "All birds learn to," oh, okay, we do find out. "Learn to unlock things," okay, "make a strong force field, and shoot an aggressive and strong pulse." Woody glanced over to Skyfall. A door was before her. She was learning to unlock. "Now study what animals do. Memorize the because we are going to leave the books here and write down how all of 14 animal uses would be helpful. Your animal is included. I would like it half done by the end of class." What the heck are these expectations? Said Mrs. Canestri. By the end of class, Woody's was half done, and he took Skyfall, walked out of the classroom, and headed to the courtyard to catch up with Madison and Bill. Oh, so now they're like besties? But how did they become besties? At the end, they got up and started decorating for Loveheart's birthday. Ah, okay. When they got done, also, he's never interacted with Loveheart before. Why would he be? I'm so confused. When they got done, they and everyone else that had helped looked back at their hard work. Loveheart's birthday was today, and they were going to celebrate after their other class, potions. Oh god, okay, this is bad. I remember wait, did I change it? Oh god, I did not change this version. Okay, so I named the teacher something very interesting. Something, that I didn't know what it meant when I was little. And no one told me. No one thought to tell me, until, like, a couple years later. So this is gonna be awkward. Okay, you know what? I can do this. I apologize for what you were about to hear. Okay. They went to the classroom and sat down. Then the teacher came down out of thin air. Again, he had red hair, a fancy black cloak, and a top hat with a feather in it. No need to break your entrance, but I can't help but ask. Is that a rainbow J feather? Yes, miss, very good. I heard your name is Madison, correct? Yes, it is. Well, I am Mr. Yep. Yes. Yep. That is his name. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Bottom, because I think that's a little bit better. I am Mr. Bottom. I am a counter's worth. No one asked for your group, by the way. No one cares. And also the potions teacher. Well, today we are going to work on distractment solution. I want to distract my brain from your terrible, unfortunate name. Now get out your cauldrons. Add full cup water. Good. Now a pinch of fairy dust. Now, okay, they make a potion. Miss Cornelia, will you please let a tiny bit out? A girl let out a bit of her bottle. Straight away, the liquid turned to mist. The people at her table, couldn't see anything. Now it will wear off in about, okay, so it's literally just a smoke bomb. You just made a smoke bomb and called it a distractment solution? Yeah, it's literally just smoke. It's literally, what do you mean? What do you mean? That's so lame. Now it'll wear off in about 7 minutes, but if you want it off right away, there is a potion to undo it. Mr. Bottom let a little bit out of a different potion, and the mist cleared away. Then the class was over. Woody and his, how did you do this when you were 7? Well, I've always been quite the writer. Even now, essays aren't really a problem for me. I can put myself on autopilot and I can just like write an essay. It's a skill that I've been very grateful to have for all of my life. I've been writing. This is like my first real book that I wrote. And nowadays, I do have a book self-published on Amazon. I actually published it like 2 years ago or something like that. It's probably quite outdated. I'm low-key writing a book right now, but like not really. I have like the plot for it, but I just can't bring myself to like write or like don't have time. But yeah, I've always been a writer, and I've always loved to write. So this is like my first sort of like writing project that I worked on when I was 7, and it's really bad now. But I'm still a writer. I'm still a writer. I was also like acquainted with technology at a young age also. So put those things together, and you get this terrible thing that we are reading right now. I think this was closer to my 8th birthday. I was 7 when I wrote this, but I think I wrote the next book when I was 8, but I'm not sure. I'll check. Woody and his friends went to the courtyard, but all the decorations were ruined, all ripped down. There were claw marks on them all, 2 different ones. Oh, I know one of these scratch marks. It's called a, what? How the heck do you pronounce that? Croissant. Croissant? It's called a croissant. They have powerful hits, but it never hurts at all, of course, because no violence in this book whatsoever. Powerful hits, but it never hurts at all. It hurts for 4 days, a little tiny bit, but there's some medicine that will make it not hurt at all. They're really not that smart. They just magically transport you to the next 51 steps up, which is really not that much. It's really oddly specific. But overall, you try not to interact with one, said Madison. I've seen the other one somewhere, but I don't remember where, said Woody. I wonder if it could be, possibly, Sheriku? Oh, who saw that coming? No, but no, it can't be. What a mystery, what a mystery, what a mystery, I haven't seen either before, said Bill. Ha, stupid Bill. Just a hairy monster that looks exactly like Bigfoot came up and hit Bill. Bill, no! Oh, here we go, said Madison. Sure enough, Bigfoot transported him and then stopped. He looked down at Woody and Madison. Why, hello, sorry about that. Here are some cupcakes and cookies to say I'm sorry. And here, Bigfoot snapped his fingers, and the decorations went back to normal. A big spiky thing made me go crazy. Goodbye. Oh, and here's some medicine. Bigfoot walked away. What the heck? Oh, I studied bunnies, and they have transporting powers. Chocolate mice transport Bill to the health center, said Madison. Chocolate mice nodded. What? The rabbit? He nodded? Okay. Okay, good. Now transport us to the health center. Wait. Quasaman Chocodius. A bunch of chocolate appeared. There now. Huh? And off they went. Bill was already fine when they got there, so they went off to Lufar's party. Next chapter. Oh gosh, not the right-hand library. Oh my gosh. This book is so random and I love it. Thank you. Me too. So the right-hand library is something like the restricted section in the in Harry Potter. But like, oh my gosh. Oh, this is a continuing theme throughout all the books. They go here for like at least a filler chapter every single book, and they get nothing done, and it's kind of hilarious how much of like a pattern and a trend it is, because it's just utterly useless. The right-hand library. Christmas had come. Everybody was excited. All the cottages had become decorated overnight. At the announcement hall, Bill had a special surprise for Woody and Madison. He gave them both a little kiss. Tee-hee. He, for the first time, introduced his older brother to them. His name was Maverick. Hey, nice to meet you guys, said Maverick. I'm a 3rd year. Animals and creatures, are his favorite, and he'll do anything to save or help them, said Bill. Maverick, something all 3rd years have to know. Important. Come here, said Mrs. Canestri. Gotta go, said Maverick. Well, it's about time to get to the library to study, said Madison. After an hour of studying, Madison got up. It happened that William was studying too. Remember? William Scaredy Pants? He looked up. What's wrong? He said. If you couldn't tell, William Scaredy Pants is supposed to be Neville, by the way. He's supposed to be Neville Longbottom. I'm not sure this is a thing you should know, she replied. But you can trust me, please. Oh, fine, but if something gets you, what? If something gets you, then you have to share the blame, okay? Okay, said William. It's an invisible book, said Madison. Clearly one the teachers wanted to hide from us. Now, convertibla invisiblu! At once the invisible thing came into sight, and Madison was right and not right. The thing did have words on it, but it was a scroll, not a book. How do you mistake a scroll for a book? I feel like those are very different feeling things. Madison took it and said, Come on, follow me. We got to read it in private. So they dashed off to a weird room. Oh, that's safe. It had 1 page on it that was full with words. What the room did? A voice said, Before you can come out, you have to read the paper. Okay, buddy, that's what we were planning on doing in the first place, but thanks. I'll read this paper. While you read your paper, Madison said. There are 2 papers? What? I said 1 page. What are you talking about? Woody, Bill, and William ran to a corner and started to read the scroll. It said, "The quill of creatures is in danger." Title drop. An unknown person is trying to steal it. What is the quill of creatures? It is something that produces most of the things animals need. What? Without it, some of the creatures' homes will be destroyed. The animals will lose their color, and some of their food will not exist anymore. That was all it read. Madison had gotten done, so Woody read the paper to her. Wait, she said. She did her revealing charm again, and more words appeared. Why do you have to do it twice? That's weird. They read, "You will find a clue in the right-hand library." But there's no other library, only the one, said Madison. Maybe Maverick will have some answers, said Bill. Yeah, your 15-year-old big brother, is all-knowing, of course. So off to Maverick they went. They asked him where the right-hand library was. I can't tell, he said. Oh, you can't tell. Okay. You just gatekeeping that information. I see how it is, Maverick. I see how it is. So then they told him about the animals and Quill. You said you would do anything to save animals, and now you hurt us, said Bill. Fine, said Maverick. The right-hand library is a place that 3rd years get the permission to go to, and they tell you the password to open the passage. That is what Mrs. Canestri was telling me earlier. I'll take you. So he took them to the right-hand library. It was full with scary books and masks. There was also a monster in there. Also there was a monster. Why the masks? What's the point? He was scary. He was purple and looked like a ghost. He shot off after Woody, grabbed him, but then dropped him. What? He mouthed, "Sheriku was back!" And then "We don't talk," and flew away. That is the most random thing I've ever read. What the heck? We never get an explanation for this. Woody and his friends looked at each other, then ran back to their cottage. That was enough for one day. So they just totally abandoned the mission? What is this book? What is this book? I'm so confused. Chapter 5, The Crack in the Floor. It was the next morning. Everyone had finished their breakfasts and were going to their classes. First class, spells and curses. Their teacher was Mr. Kolvana. We are going to learn curses and spells in this class. Of course not bad curses. Tee. We will start with Converta Invertible. I thought it was Invertiblu. Oh. Wait. Oh yeah, there's a monster that can brutally murder us all anyways. Exactly. It transports anything you're thinking of wherever you want it. It just won't work on animals or humans. Oh my gosh, I actually remember now that I did this. Stop it. I remember that I made 2 spells, like, sound the exact same, and, oh my gosh, it's so annoying. Why did I do that? So Invertiblu is, like, revealing stuff, and Invertibile is, like, transporting, I guess. Just it won't work on humans or animals. What? Okay. Now once you get your object, you swing it in a loop-the-loop, then flick it. Hi, I exist. I'm glad that you exist. I exist too. Welcome. Mr. Kovana demonstrated with his pot. What? Whoa, 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 okay. What? What? With his what? Sir? Okay. Everyone had a pot to practice on, like a cooking pot, right? Okay. Converta Invertible, exclaimed Woody. He wanted to transport it onto the beach. Random, okay. No. The potions classroom. That would be helpful to Mr. Bottom. And it worked. Bill tried his... Yay! Bill tried his spell, but it got transported on a boy's head instead. He took off the pot and stomped over to Bill. You're a horrible hearing saw. They should do something about you. Wouldn't be surprised if they kick you out of the school. I'm Callisto. This is Draco Malfoy, FYI. The best hearing saw in the school. Definitely better than all of you. Everyone makes mistakes, Callisto, said Madison, stepping out from the class. I would be mad too if someone dumped a pot on my head, like a metal pot, and just like threw it on my head. I think I'd be mad too. I think he's pretty justified in his rage here. Maybe a little bit full of himself, but you know. By the way, this is the bully, but he becomes good in the end because of course he does. I was 7. Madison stepping out from the class. Oh, look, Bill's girlfriend is helping him. What are we in, 4th grade? She's not my girlfriend. She's just my regular friend, said Bill. Oh, yeah, said Callisto. Whoa, okay, okay. I'm not sure I want to say this. What? Oh no, okay. Consharta irresume. He whispered and swung the object up, down, then side to side so Bill could not hear or see him. And then Bill sharded everywhere. Oh, well, whispered Callisto. Watch out, he said, as Bill started to fly backwards in the air. Conseva levitata, said Madison. The object landed in her hand. She waved it up 4 times. Bill stopped and floated in the air for a little bit, then came back down. You won this time, said Callisto, and went back to his cottage. Were they in the middle of a class? Thanks, said Bill. No problem, said Madison. And all together they started going back to their cottage. Should we see if there is anything secret around here? Asked Madison. Who does Bill marry? I forgot. I think he marries Anne, doesn't he? I totally forgot, actually. I totally forgot all my ships. Like, who did Dracocuse marry? It wasn't Sophily, was it? I think it was Sophily. No, wait, no. Isn't Sophily... No, Sophily is 1st gen. I'm so confused. Okay, I remember all my shipping. Anyways. No problem, said Madison. Oh, no, he married the Tittle Talk. Or was that what I called them? The siren lady. He married the siren lady. The person with the blue hair. That's in book 5. Anyway. Why does this feel like my friend's writing? Oh, gosh. Okay. Should we go see if there's anything secret around here? Asked Madison. I'm gonna go back to the cottage, said Bill, yawning. Okay, let's go, Madison, said Woody. Ooh, romantic date. It should be mysterious in here. No students are allowed, said Madison. Madison did the unlocking spell, and they went inside. Suddenly, Woody fell! Madison just stopped herself from falling in. What? She asked. Then she gasped. It's a crack in the floor! I'm coming down! Madison said as the door closed behind her. The crack led to the right-hand library. Oh, who would have guessed? The Quill of Creatures. Oh, I wonder where it's gonna be, guys. Not in the mysterious place we just found. There were walls on either side of them. Is Tweedlewink okay? Asked Woody. Yeah. Skyfall? Asked Madison. Yep, said Woody. They walked far into the right-hand library. We both write stories about a passion. Both happen to be murderesque stories. He started a 2nd book, and this is what it feels like. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. They walked far into the right-hand library. They heard a growl. They stopped. The wall was about 10 feet before them. In the darkness, an 11-foot-tall monster stood before them. 11 feet tall is crazy. Woody suddenly couldn't help having a memory. How tall are giraffes? That seems like taller than a giraffe to me. Or like as tall as a giraffe, you know? Oh, no, they're not. Okay. Still pretty tall, though. Still pretty tall. I will admit. Okay. Woody suddenly couldn't help having a memory. A scary one. It hurt his brain to think about. Okay, this is like Harry Scar hurting, obviously, you know, like, again, ripoff. He remembered the face. He remembered the tail. He remembered the scream. He remembered the eyes. He remembered the memory. He remembered the memory. No way. Madison stood pale next to him, trying her best to be brave. Sheriku. Good evening, Woody Landman, he growled. How did I miss you last time? I think you should know I was the one that made Bigfoot go crazy. So we're just calling him Bigfoot now, or like... Didn't he have a name? I need to crack my neck. I think he had a name. How did I miss you? Oh, well. Oh, well. A faint smile shone on his greedy face. I'll be able to get you now, he said, lunging at Woody. My cheek got caught in my braces there. Woody and Madison jumped out of the way. Sheriku tried his transporting powers. Just as it was about to hit them, Tweedlewink and Skyfall flew up and did their force-fielding powers. Skyfall was okay, but Tweedlewink used all of its powers. It fell to the ground. That's really offensive, calling her an it. Like, oh my gosh. Tweedledwink, said Madison faintly. Leaning against the wall was the quill, Woody whispered to Madison. How do they know what the quill looks like? Sheriku let out a powerful jet of power. Skyfall fell to the ground too. Now it was just Woody and Madison. Romantic. They tried to make a dash for the quill, but Sheriku stood in their way. Woody didn't know that much, so he did because he's stupid. So he did the first thing that came into his brain, his mind. He took out his bottle of distractment solution. You mean the literal smoke bomb. Opened the lid, and smoke filled Shiriku's sight. Madison and Woody ran off and hid in a dark corner. They were 13. They were only first years. How could they ever win? They were the only ones there. Or were they? Out of the crack in the floor, Mr. Bottom came falling down. The potion will only last a bit longer, thought Woody. How can he help? Then after saying, it's only been 7 minutes, what the heck? Then after saying a few words and waving an object around for a bit, another Woody came over to him. Oh, this part's really cringy too. Hey, Woody, said the other Woody. But you're Woody too, stammered Woody. Seeing Woody's confused face, the other Woody said, No, Woody, I'm Mr. Bottom. I just used a transforming spell. Go get the quill. Sheriku will think I'm you, and he'll go after me instead. I know a spell that will make his effect go to the most effect down from it. What? Then he talked to Madison a little bit. She nodded. Go, Woody. Now's your chance. Your potion has worn off. I'll wait till I'll go first. He's like, go, Woody. Go save the town. Nope. Actually, nope. I'm actually gonna go do that. You stay here. Actually, I'm gonna go. Bye. Said Mr. Bottom and rushed off. Then Woody ran too. Now the other Woody was on the ground, as he had said the spell quietly, so Sheriku was leaning over him, trying to figure out why his spell didn't transport him. Woody ran across the floor to the quill. 8 feet away, 6 feet away, 3 feet away, 1 foot away, this was it! Woody grabbed the quill and felt himself falling. He heard both Madison and Sheriku screaming, Mr. Bottom shouting, Yes! Yes! And Tweedledwink and Skyfall chirping with joy. Now Mr. Bottom saying, Very good advanced transporting spell, Madison. Because of course, she's like the mastermind, obviously. A wild moodkin appeared. I choose you. I choose you. Hello, welcome. And then everything went black. You came just in time for the end of the first book. We will be starting the second book soon, which is really exciting, and that's the one I have the soundtrack for. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about your toe, Pugtato. I hope you're okay. Chapter 7, The End of the Year Feast. This is me not knowing how to end a book, by the way. Woody woke up an hour later in the health center. Again, hospital wing is now the health center. Madison and Bill were standing over him, Madison saying, Oh, I hope I haven't overdone it. That spell was hard, you know. When Woody sat up, Madison and Bill started jumping up and down. Then Woody got nervous. What if he hadn't saved the quill in time? Then Skyfall would be all gray. Well, he'd have to look. He glanced over at Skyfall. All her colors were there. He saw the quill right next to her cage. Sheriku hadn't destroyed it. Horace came over to Woody. That was amazing, Woody. I couldn't have done it better myself. He turned to Madison. And you, young lady, that was a teacher advanced transport spell there. No doubting that you could be the youngest teacher Pierce has ever had. She's literally 13. Chill out, dude. But, sir, what do we do with the quill? I know what you are thinking, Woody. You are thinking that the right-hand library was a very good spot to hide it. And that there's no better hiding spot in the castle. That is correct. But you didn't want me to know that you know about the right-hand library, so you didn't tell me. Woody was shocked because that was exactly what he was thinking. As a special exception for you and your friends, you are allowed to go in the right-hand library whenever you want, said Horace, and told them the password. This is the scene with Dumbledore and Harry in the hospital wing at the end of the book, by the way. Just, again, in case you didn't know, or in case you haven't read the book, or didn't notice already. The right-hand library password changes every year, so I will tell you next time you come. As for the quill, you can have it, Woody, because I know you will keep it safe. Yeah, okay. Put all animals' lives in the hands of a 13-year-old. That's a really good idea. Everybody goes back to their house every end of the year. But since I know that your family is horrible to you, makes you do terrible chores, you can stay at the castle and help us do chores. I can't believe it's already been a year, said Woody. I didn't think it was. I thought it'd been like 3 months. Well, let's get down for the end of the year feast, and to celebrate your actions down in the right-hand library. Of course we will tell students that are not 3rd years and up. Of course we will tell students that are not 3rd years and up that it was in the school, not the right-hand library, said Horace. And they went down to the feast. But Sheriku isn't actually defeated, is he? Asked Woody. We will research that over the summer, said Horace. For now, let's just enjoy the feast. The end. Or is it? Oh, wowie zowie. Oh wait, there's more. There's another cringy picture. This is Sheriku's eyeball, to be continued. And then the end. Okay, wait, I'm just gonna read this to you. Why did I tell about my disorder? What the heck? Okay. About the author. This has my real name, but I will, just read it to you. Nella Jade finished this story, Woody Lenmont, The Quill of Creatures, when she was 7 years old. Now, her 11-year-old dog's birthday. She is turning 11. Nella's birthday is blank, 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 censored. I don't know why I told them my entire birthday. She got the idea for Woody Lenmont from Harry Potter. She loves Harry Potter. By this time, she has watched the first 3 movies, and she has a big Harry Potter poster in her room with all the houses on it. Why did they need to know this information? Harry Potter inspired her to write her own story like it. That's less scary. Oh wait, oops, I'm sleeping my name. Nella Jade has Tourette's. Okay, I don't know why I needed to tell him about that either. We hoped you liked. Who is we? We hoped you liked Woody Lenmont, The Quill of Creatures. That is the first book, guys. What did you think about it? Beautiful, beautiful book. Makes total sense at all times. Yeah. There's the first one. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Yep. And are you guys ready for the second book? I don't think you are. I really don't think you are. This is the one I made the soundtrack for. So, at times I'll probably pause to play the proper soundtrack, you know, the proper song. Did you co-op with someone on the production of this? No, I co-opted with myself. Here we go. Book 2. Woody Lenmont. Here we go. Book 2. Blow 2 of the Mantangs. If you don't know what that means, you will soon. Or it'll just confuse you more. It'll probably just confuse you more. And again, we have lightning bolt, we have stars, we have all this cringy Google images here. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I did write this when I was 7. And then before this stream, I went and censored my name. But by Nella Jade, 7 years old. Book start date October 12th of whenever I was 7. And let's go to the end of this book, actually. Let me see. How long did this take me to write? Did I say? Okay, so I finished it on 11/2, so November 2nd. I finished this a little over, okay, wait, I actually don't want to do that. Well, whatever, I will. Finished this a little over 6 years ago. So November 2nd, and I said I started it on bro, I started this on October 12th, and I finished it on November 2nd. This took me like 2 weeks to write. What are you talking about? Okay. Yeah, this took me like 2-3 weeks to write, and somehow I'm not surprised. But yeah, cringy, Google images, and let's get started. Let's pull up the soundtrack here. Okay. Gonna drink some water. Okay. Chapter 1, The Mysterious Star. I do have a soundtrack for this chapter. Over the summer, Woody had helped with lots of things. He had helped with cleaning and setting up the classrooms, like what he would have been doing at his grandparents' house, but the teachers here helped him and did things to him nicely and neatly. So again, basically the same exact thing. He just hates his grandparents for some unknown reason. Still, Woody was sad because he was the only student there. Nobody else had horrible relatives. Nobody else had their parents transported somewhere by Sheriku. Nobody else had survived and were living with their horrible grandpa and grandma. Now Woody was walking around the castle one last time before he paid a visit to wherever he got his supplies last year. Mrs. Canestri never told him the name of it. Woody looked at the floor. Sometimes he did this to think. But all of a sudden, he tripped. But there was nothing for him to trip on. He was looking straight at the floor and he would have seen it. Woody picked himself up and looked around. He heard a faint gasp. But not a big teacher gasp. A big student gasp. What? There's a difference? Okay. Then he heard footsteps running down the hall. Woody ran after the footsteps. But they were too fast and got away. Woody stopped to catch his breath. Then, was it? No, it couldn't be. A star in the castle swept slowly close to the ground. Woody ran to Horace's office. He entered. Horace was writing a letter. A bowl of spaghetti was in front of him. Horace looked up. He kept on writing while his head was up. I don't know why that was something I added in, because I can do that. Yes, Woody, he said. Woody started to tell him about the star, then stopped. Horace had finished writing his letter. A noodle flew up to from the plate. The noodle walked across the table to Horace. Horace handed him the letter. Okay, so I called the bird an it, but I call the noodle a him. I see how it is. Handed him the letter in a toy airplane and told him where to go. Okay, I know there are magic noodles and stuff, but I don't think a toy airplane would actually, like, be able to work. Horace handed him the letter in a toy airplane and told him where to go. Oh, okay. Who he was sending the letter to and what he looked like. Then the noodle hopped in the airplane and flew off. Woody's mouth flung right open. Horace looked at him like flying noodles delivering letters. It was completely normal, like as normal as cats meowing or people walking. Yes, Woody, what were you saying? He asked. Then he walked up, close to Woody's mouth, and sat back down again. Then after 8 minutes, 8 minutes! Oh! 8 minutes of getting over the shock, Woody told about the star. I don't think 7-year-old me knew how long 8 minutes was. And how awkward that would be to be sitting there for 8 minutes. Oh my gosh. And on top of that, that's another oddly specific thing. They are back, said Horace. Then stood up, wobbled with his hands floppy, sort of in front of his face, wobbled over to Woody. What? Took one finger, and pushed Woody out the door and closed it. Weird, thought Woody. What? Then went to the doors to fly to the shops. Madison was in their plane again. They hugged when they saw each other. By the way, I imagine these is not like huge airplanes, like the little biplanes, like with only a couple seats in them, and it's like open, you know, like I was imagining those when I was writing this book, by the way. And there's like one for like each 2 students, you know. Let's see. They hugged when they saw each other. Woody, said Madison, so nice to see you again. How did it go over the summer? It went good, replied Woody back. Tweedledwink and Skyfall tweeted at the sight of each other. I can't wait to get back to school again, said Madison as they took off. I can't believe we're second years now, said Woody. Yeah, me either, said Madison. They landed. They both rushed off to find Bill. They found him climbing out of another plane. Bill, they cried, rushing to hug him. Woody, Madison, he said, breaking through the hug. It's not that I don't like hugs, it's just that I gotta keep an eye on chocolate mice, he said. Chocolate mice was his rabbit. And it's not chocolate mice, it's chocolate mice. He got into a lot of trouble, but chocolate mice was already gone. A minute later, he came back with an armful of sparkling gold coins. He handed them to Bill. Just then a man came chasing chocolate mice, yelling, That's my money! Quickly, Bill picked up chocolate mice and gave the man his money back. Then they went off and got their things. And they came back and waited for the planes. Then they saw the horrible sight that they did not want to see. Callisto. He had stomped over to them, sneering. How about a little start of the year fight? We can redo it at the end, too, and see how much stronger I get and how weaker you get, huh? How about it? That's enough, Bill shouted, lunging at Callisto. What? That seemed like somewhat of a genuine offer. What are you talking about? Oh, wait. I didn't play the soundtrack for the first chapter. Okay, wait. This is the soundtrack for the first chapter. When the star is invading. Okay. That was the pro soundtrack for the first chapter. I forgot to tell you guys. I forgot to show you guys. So yeah, that was what was supposed to play in the movie, of course, when this got a movie adaptation. When that scene happened. Oh, hi babe. What's happening? Stuff. Yeah. Where's the Flickr streams streak? Sorry, I really wanted to do this. I wanted to cringe with you guys and bring you guys down with me into this pit of absolutely terribleness. So, okay, so this next soundtrack is just titled "The Discussion." So I don't know what discussion it's referring to, but it's pretty boring soundtrack anyway. So okay, the next one's not till the end. By the way, I'm sorry. Where are the Flickr streams? I'm sorry. Okay, maybe we can play a round of Flickr later. Okay, hi comment. Hello, I'm glad to see you guys. Glad to see you, besties. Okay. So anyways, chocolate mice. Okay. Bill's getting into a fight. Bill, the guy who rolled around on the floor when he was 18, is getting into a fight. And has a rabbit named Chocolate Mice. But not chocolate mice. It's chocolate! Okay. So he lunges at the, so this is basically Ron and Draco Malfoy. This is my, Bill is my knockoff, can I type? Oh, I can. Bill is my, knockoff Ron Weasley. Callisto is my knockoff, Draco Malfoy. And by the way, this is, again, like, totally a scene that happens at the start of the second Harry Potter movie, so do you like my new profile picture? I do, I like it. Okay, anyways, let's see how this fight goes. He did do karate moves on Chocolate Mice, his rabbit, earlier, remember? So this maybe could turn out in his favor, who knows? I actually don't remember what happens. Quickly, do something, Woody whispered to Madison. Then she shouted, "A advanced transporting spell." Callisto got transported to his plane. Then Madison yelled, pointing her wand at Bill, "Conseva levitata!" And Bill hovered in the air, then dropped after about 6 minutes. Again, 6 minutes is crazy long! What the heck? Then they climbed into their planes and were off. Oh, that's all. Okay, that's all. That's all for the first chapter. Chapter 2, the Piransay Feast. Finally, the planes arrived at Piransay School of Hearensaws and Hearensays. What a mouthful. The planes landed in the great green grass, with a glorious grand castle behind. There's so many G words behind it that only Hearensaws and Hearensays could see. Okay, so that's the explanation. They can't, Dies of the Cringe, even though this is the best book I've ever read. Wait till we get to the third and last book that we're going to be reading of the series today, because there is a 50-foot tall attic. Yeah, y'all have to wait and see. Okay. A great green grass with a glorious grand castle behind it. Okay, so only Hearensaws and Hearensays, witches and wizards, can see this, beautiful castle. To both sides, they saw 4 signs with a different animal on each. One a tiger. Okay, so basically, okay. Whoa. Behind each sign was exactly 3,023 cottages. 4 students in each one. So random. Woody's, Madison's, Bill's, and Anne's cottage was in the exact middle behind the sign with the tiger. Their group was called Civilan. Gryffindor, basically. The students climbed out of their planes and walked into the castle. First years trailing nervously behind. Nerve sly behind. They did a review of where the rooms were, and then the moment they have all been waiting for came. They walked proudly into the announcement hall. It was even more cheery than before. There were a million lights hanging from the ceiling. A million. They sat down at the room-length table, stretching across the room. Lots of older students asked where Comrack was, and that she had never been to a feast before, and she was a 4th year. The school principal, Horace, came into the room, Zuki Cookie Horace, and climbed into the air about to make an announcement. "Good evening, everyone. A student told me about a star in the building, and I know he meant it. It's a sign of danger, so watch out for those. Woody raised his hand. Horace called on him. What was that wobbly jelly thing you did in your office over the summer? He asked. Oh, it was just... It was just my suspicious jelly martial arts. Oh, Zookie Cookie. Oh, what is this book? It's just my suspicious jelly martial arts. Okay. Then they did the sorting. Okay, no more explanation on this. Just okay. It was very interesting to watch. Evan, though Woody and his friends were not in the sorting. At the feast, Woody and Madison didn't notice Bill, even though he was sitting right next to them. That's actually kind of relatable. It's sad. Then finally, Madison looked over at him. Oh, Bill, sorry, I didn't notice you. Teehee. I'm really glad that you came back this year. I'm really happy to see you. But Bill was looking unusually glum, and he didn't say a word. You haven't, Evan, touched your food, said Madison. Bill touched his food. There, I touched my food. You feel better now. Madison slapped her forehead. Whatever, she said. Yeah, Madison's right, said Woody. But we are your best friends. You can tell us what's wrong. Okay, said Bill. I saw one of those stars over the summer, and when I got back, Horace told me, watch out for the mantangs. And I think it might have been something to do with the stars, he said. I think it's time to take a visit to the library, said Madison. So they rushed to the library. After an hour of searching, they finally found a book about mantangs. How big is this library? They started to read it in the library. It said, mantangs are known for their 2 strong powers, and then random font change, electricity and star powers. They can make stars go anywhere they want, even in buildings. But that was all they read, because Callisto took the book from them! Wait, are they in the right-hand library, or just the normal library? Because, why is Callisto here? What is Callisto doing here? What are you reading about that's so interesting? He asked, snatching the book. Oh gosh, she's gonna make him a shark again. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Can Sharta your resume? Madison shouted. But it didn't work. Callisto had used a diaper. Callisto had used a vanishing spell before Madison completed the spell. At least we learned a little bit, said Madison. Now let's go to the cottage to make a plan on how to get our book back. Chapter 3, Dracocuse. I actually like this guy. I actually like this guy a lot, guys. In a bid to outdo Hogwarts, Harry built the Wizard School of TikTok. With wands, now USB charged spells like Insta-Famo went viral. McGonagall's dance challenges, pure magic cringe. What the heck did I just read? Okay, Woody, Madison, and Bill slipped out of their cottage at night. They ran behind the countersword sign. But that's illegal! They appeared in front of the door to Callisto's cottage. Then they peeked inside. Yes! There was the book! If it's that easy to break into other students' like dorm rooms / houses, I think I should be a little concerned. Then they peeked inside. Then a voice said softly, "Can Sharta your resume?" And the next thing they knew, they were having explosive diarrhea. The next thing they knew, they were all lying on the ground, the door slamming above them. They had to work on a plan on how to get their book before Callisto Kinsharta irresumed them again, because there was no bathroom in sight. Oh no. They decided to look around for something to help them. Just when they turned a corner, a flashlight shone on them. It was a guard! The 3 ran and hid. The guard did not see them. Phew. They couldn't wander around for much longer, but they had to get their book. Then they saw another star pass by, and a bolt of electricity, barely missing Bill. Then a horrible creature stomped past them. In the news, Sheriku had grown last time to be 16 feet tall. He was 11 feet tall in the last book. Bro had a 5-foot growth spurt. That's crazy. As we saw in our research, this is now giraffe height. He is at giraffe level now of tallness. And this creature was 11 feet tall. Does Sheriku have a child? And a little spiky wife? Woody didn't see it for long, though. After it passed, Woody asked Madison and Bill, "Did you see that?" They both They both answered yes. Now they knew Deaf and Tally couldn't stay much longer. So there was only one thing to do, they all knew. To get in a huddle. I was so serious about this. The only thing we can do now is get in a huddle. Talk about this. They each bent down and touched each other's shoulders. Then they talked it out but could not figure out anything. Just then, a cute little voice spoke from above them. Can I help? They looked up and saw a bit of blue and looked up even more to find... Ah! A vampire! They all screamed into their hands, which was so pretty loud. The vampire jumped back. He had 2 tiny 3-centimeter long fangs, really oddly specific, sticking out of his mouth. Blonde hair, just like Woody. I forgot Woody's blonde. And was pretty cute. He started to cry. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to be your friend. Those stories of vampires aren't real. Really, we all want to be friends. I have vampire friends, but no human friends. My name is Dracacuse, and I live in the freaking attic of this school with my family. The little cute vampire said with his cute little voice. It's okay. Then he sang a little song. By the way, this is another thing. I have, like, full songs, like, in these books. Okay, let me try to sing this. I really want a human friend, but they don't accept me. I'm only 9 years old. This is who I really am. To fly to the highest tree, to make a friend or two, but they run away from me. I just want a start. This is how I am deep down in my heart. I just want a friend. He sang a little bit quiet at first, but the rest strong. Now I want a hot vampire friend. Potato, this man is 9. wait. I recorded some of the songs in this book. Did I record this one?
Alright, so this is a song Fofetta sings in the 5th one when she first comes to Woody. Here it goes.
Okay, wait, no, I didn't. I only started recording the songs in this book starting in the 5th book, and this is the 2nd one, so I'm sorry. And that's her name, Fofetta. That's the girl that this guy ends up marrying. But, their daughter's name is Legillian. I think that's really cool, personally. I think that's a cool name. I actually like all of their names. Like, I made up the weirdest names, as we saw with Mr. Bottom. But... actually, that whole family actually has, like, super cool names. There's Dracacuse, there's Vilvetta, their daughter is Legillian, and then she goes and marries a guy named Carter. Like, you can do better. Name someone with a cool name. I actually love the name Carter, by the way. I think it's a really cool name, but, anyways, yeah. Okay, Woody, Madison, and Bill got in another huddle with Dracacuse floating nervously behind them. Well, what have we learned in this book, childs? We have learned that huddles are the answer to everything. Then Woody said, well, you don't have 1 or 2 human friends. You have 3. Dracacuse jumped for joy. Yay! Yay! He shouted over and over again. What an annoying little brat. Can I help you with anything? He asked. Well, said Woody, just as Bill tapped him and pointed up. It was getting light and they needed to sleep. Oh, can you help get a book we need out of a place we're not allowed to go? Anything for my new friend, said Dracacuse. Literally no questions asked. He's just like, okay. And just so you know, I'm awake in the day and night so you can visit me. So basically you never sleep. What? Okay, said Woody, then you bent down. Had a huddle. Oh, this is the 3rd huddle in like a page. With his 3 friends, and together they made a plan. Oh, so is Dracacuse now invited in the huddle? I think Dracacuse is invited in the huddle now. Congratulations, Dracacuse. You got huddling privileges with these 3 weirdos. These people are 14, by the way. I should add that. They're my age. Chapter 4, The Student Duel. This is another thing that happens in the 2nd book of Harry Potter, by the way. This is another thing I should mention. Totally just ripped it off. I'm making a Harry Potter parody and I decided to make my version of Harry Potter Twinkle Tinkle Booty Fart. That's amazing. I love it. It was morning. Everyone was excited for the first classes. The second years first class was spells and curses. I should add that I was actually planning to publish this entire series and make it into a movie adaptation, by the way, and then I would get to personally meet J.K. Rowling, because I'm just amazing like that. I actually genuinely thought that when I was writing this book, and I'm not even joking. This is not satire. This is 100%. I was serious about this. Mrs. Canestri picked them up. "I've been standing here for 6 minutes," she said. Woody checked his watch. "Class started in exactly 4 minutes. If I was that teacher and the class started that soon, I don't think I would wait for these losers to come on and, like, make everyone late. I would just go. I just ditch them. Their fault if they get bad grade, you know?" They ran off to class. When they entered the classroom, their teacher, Mr. Kovana, was standing there in the middle of the classroom. "You were 7 seconds for being late." "Hello, second years. I am Mr. Kovana. Today we'll be doing a very exciting assignment. Now take your seats," he said. When everyone had finally taken their seats, Mr. Kovana told them what the lesson was. "Today we're going to duel," he said cheerfully. "What?" Madison, Woody, and Bill all looked at each other. "Now, Syphilans, take your places on either side of the room," said Mr. Kovana, clapping his hands. Then he directed students to the sides of the room until the room was crowded all except the middle. "Now, who should I have duel first? Ah, yes, Madison and maybe Hillary." "Yes, Hillary, get up there," said Mr. Kovana to the two girls. Then he told the rules. Each person could do any spell they knew if it just wasn't too harsh. Then the first duel began. Madison was quick and made the first move. "Quan Masto Sharp Sacienta," she shouted. I'd personally do the Concerta spell, you know. But yeah, that's just me. At once, a light blue sack shot out of her wand. Oh, it's light blue, it's fancy. Lifted Hillary up and put itself over her legs. Hillary started to fall, her arms wiggling wildly, and caught herself. She got up, oh God, she got up and shouted, "Buck, buck, buck a duck!" and waved her object in the shape of a rectangle. Madison braced herself, but nothing happened. There were all kinds of $10 bills, $20 bills, $5 bills, $100 bills, and $1 bills shooting around from Hillary's wand. Her mouth was wide open with surprise. "What? You can only do that spell for your first 3 years here, and now's my chance," yelled Mr. Kovana, grabbing the sack and dancing around with it, trying to catch some dollar bills. The students all tried to get some too. Finally, Mr. Canestri ran in and yelled, "Convere Teltai, that's enough!" pointing her wand at Hillary. Then all the dollar bills stopped. "I think it's time for a new duel. Woody and Callisto." Then she shut the door. "Excuse me, woman, you're not in charge of this class, last time I checked. So maybe, stop getting in people's business. Just a suggestion." Callisto and Woody walked to the middle. "Think you can beat me? 3 out of 1,000 chance," said Callisto. Everything in here is so oddly specific. I like that he even gave him a 3 out of 1,000 chance. I feel like that's actually, like, kind of generous of him. So, thanks, Callisto. Woody made a face back. They each stood in the middle and got their wands ready. Woody started. "Kashashamo," he yelled. He moved his objects in a circle 4 times. A jet of blue shot out and a jet of blue. What? A jet of blue. Jet of blue shot out and hit Callisto, knocking him over. Oh, he does! Yay! Oh, my favorite spell. My favorite spell. He got up and yelled, "Can Sharkta your resume?" and knocked Woody down, and it was a few minutes before he got up and ran to the bathroom. Nobody noticed a star slink through the doorway. Oh, who saw that coming? Oh my gosh. My replacement of Ron Weasley is Charlie McDinklestinky, and Hermione is Lana McPoopyfar. That's amazing. Nobody noticed the same star. Oh, tapping Woody's head when he was down, and nobody saw it slink away in slow motion, deep, lagging, echoing through the whole school. Time seemed to go very slow, and it was all fine, except for Woody. He got up. He was mad, very mad. His hands turned to a fist, and he punched Callisto in the face. His eyes had a threatening red glow in them. He took his wand out and pointed it at Callisto, and then yelled, "Senla Delasmi Horga Fitrisco!" and did a very complicated object movement. Callisto shot to the ground, and after about 4 minutes, he started to... Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Also, 4 minutes. It's like, did everyone just stand there, like, staring at this, like, unconscious man for, like, 4 minutes and they just didn't do anything? Okay, well, he started to, yeah. What? Woody! Yelled Mr. Colvana. Woody walked over to Callisto, pointed his wand at him, and began to do another spell, Callisto looking terrified. Then suddenly, Dracacu shot out of the high vent and flew down over Woody, sprinkling some kind of dust all over him. Then suddenly, Woody fell to the floor. Oh, Dracacu just straight up killed Woody. That's insane. That's crazy. He knew Woody was too dangerous. He needed to take him out. When Woody woke up, he saw almost a whole class, one teacher, and a vampire looking over him. He got up, and Madison and Bill hugged him. They were happy to see he was okay. Then he overheard Mr. Colvana and Dracacu having a discussion. I was here the whole time, he heard Dracacu say. Vampires have a special dust to stop the magic of the Mantigross, he said. The admin class was over. He told his friends to come with him to the attic to see Dracacu. So they sneaked up there. A big, kind of scary vampire opened the attic door. Good evening, he said. Then, humans! Dracacu ran to the door. Mommy, I want to see! And pushed through. Dracacu, no! Yelled his mom. Oh, hello, Woody, he said. You know these humans? Asked his mom. Oh, yes, come on in, guys, Dracacu said, and let them in. He sat them down at a table and sat across from them. So, what do you want to talk about? He asked. We wanted to ask you about Mantigrosses, replied Woody. Dracacu turned an even lighter blue. By the way, in the end, he becomes like Woody's like sole best friend, and I think it's really cute. And like when Woody gets down on his luck in life, like I think there's a scene where him and Dracacu just like sit outside for a little bit and just like kind of talk and have a little bromance, and I think it's really nice. I think it's I forgot that part, and I just remembered it like right now. But I think it's really nice, and I think it's amazing. So I like their friendship. Obviously the Ron Weasley knockoff was supposed to be his best friend in the start, but it ended up just kind of becoming Dracacu's. Subconsciously, I guess, and I like that. I think it's much better. I shouldn't be reading into this book because freaking look at it, but I do think it's cute. I think that happened in like the 7th book or something, and I think I was like 8 or 9 when I wrote that one. Probably 8. Okay, he turned an even lighter blue. How do you know? He asked. I heard you today, said Woody, and we might really need to know. Jackie took a deep breath. Okay, he said. Mantang is short for Mantigross. Mantigross live in a big hole called a blowtoo. Every 1,000 years, the Mantangs wake up and cause all sorts of trouble. They have star and electricity powers that are very, very strong, and if they are working with a real bad guy, they can have stars for all sorts of specific problems. Then he told them what happened at Spells and Curses class. We vampires have lots of knowledge on Mantigrosses, and I even have a friend that's a Mantigross. Her name is Starbolt, and she lives in a blowtooth that's causing trouble. And she doesn't cause trouble, she's nice. Woody, Madison, and Bill, of course she's nice. Of course, no violence. Woody, Madison, and Bill all looked at each other. They were all thinking the same thing. Dracacu, that was very important. Then Woody told Dracacu about his last encounter with Sheriku. So, since we've done something like that before and we really need you, would you mind coming with us? Yeah, invite the 9-year-old to come to his death. Yeah, that's a great idea. Dracacu saw for a while. Please, we really need you, Madison pleaded. Okay, fine, just promise to keep me safe, okay? Okay, Bill replied. Right? Right, said Woody and Madison. Bye, Jackie said, as the 3 dropped out of the attic. Just, okay, bye now. As they walked back to their cottage for the night, Woody said, I think that was all the book could ever tell us. And anyway, Callisto will return the book once we don't come back. And then Madison did a loud gasp and forgot to walk. She forgot to walk, guys. I don't know how you can forget to walk, but okay. Woody and Bill stopped and turned around. What? They asked together. That's it! Callisto, he probably read the book. He knows about the Mantangs, she said all in one breath. Then the boys noticed her point too, but they didn't get to say anything because just then Horace walked up behind them. Woody, I need to talk to you about something. Come follow me to my office. So, Nervesly, he and Woody walked to his office. They both sat down. Woody, I heard you did too much of an advanced spell at class today. Woody looked down. I didn't mean to. Admit it, Woody, you know Dracocus and Mantigrose, and that Dracocus told you that the Mantigrose made you do that spell. That's alright except one. He didn't tell me that they made me do the spell, but I don't even remember it, said Woody. You don't know that? Well, now you do, said Horace. Then he gave Woody one of those meal delivery noodles and said, here, take one. Third years get one, but I think you deserve one, said Horace. What is with these noodles? What? I'm so confused. I want a meal delivering noodle? What the heck? Hello, Addison. I hope your day at school was good. Then Woody went to the cottage and told his friends about the gift he got for something mysterious. Okay. Chapter 5, The Secret Tunnel. Are we still on page 10? I don't think this is very... No, we're on page 18. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think that was very accurate. Okay. The Secret Tunnel. The next night, Woody, Madison, and Bill went to get the book back. They silently snuck past the countersword sign. They quietly opened the door just a crack after the unlocking spell. Callisto was picking up the book, and for the first time. How do they know that it's the first time? What? How do they know that? But just as he was about to open it up and Bill was going to jump in, the book started hitting Callisto on the head and shouting as loud as it could. You didn't check me out from the library! You didn't check me out from the library! Over and over again until all of the teachers woke and ran to the Countersworth cottage. Oh my gosh. I feel like if this was an actual mechanic, this would be happening every single night. What the heck? Woody and his friends ran and hid behind a cottage and tried to hold in the laughter as Callisto went to Horace's office in the middle of the night. Well, the book was taken care of, so the three headed to Dracocus's home and were off. Come on, said Dracocus in his little tiny cute little voice. Guys, do you think Dracocus's voice might be like a little tiny bit cute? Like, I don't know. Do you think? That's definitely a highlight. I love that. I don't know where the blow to is, only that it's somewhere around here. As they slunk into the shadows again. They walked for 2 more hours until, very, very tired, found a strange forest. They all looked at each other. Then they walked in. It was spooky. Then after a little while, they heard a rustle in a bush in front of them. They all stepped back. Then they heard a weird groaning sound. Then they heard a cackle of delight. Whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here? Should we not read this? Should we get them some privacy? Then a scary purple thing jumped out at them. They were too scared to move and too scared to scream. Is it just me? Or did they mention that thing earlier? Whoa! Foreshadowing? Dracocus floated up to it. Hello, he said. Dracocus, get away! Shouted Woody. But then the thing made a sound and waved. Then it stuck its head in a hole in a tree by them. It made a few sounds into the hole, and then 2 purple hands reached out, gave something to the thing, and then the thing gave it to Dracocus. Oh, thank you, Colossals, he said. Colossals are nice creatures, unless you upset them or they're working with someone mean. Every time you walk by their house, their home, they don't run away, then they give you something. They're very smart. The thing the Colossal had given them was some juice and scones! Not the scones! That's crazy! Oh, the scones. That's funny. That's funny. That's really funny. Oh my goodness. The scones is crazy. I do have a soundtrack for this, actually. I know you guys really missed those. Okay, well, hold on. Okay, here we go. This is the soundtrack. That's the sound of the colossal. There we go. That's the soundtrack. That's the music that's playing. Yeah. That is. They just keep getting better. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, juice and scones. Okay. Then Dracu said, can we ask you something, Mr. Colossal Sir? The Colossal smiled and nodded his head. It seemed like he liked being called Mr. Colossal Sir. Which way is the blow to? You know of the Mantigrosses? The Colossal pointed and flew back into his home, peeked out, and waved goodbye. Thank you! Shouted Dracocus and waved back. They walked the way in which the Colossal had pointed. Dracocus took a sip of the juice box and ate a bite of scone. This is delicious, he said. Woody tried some too. You're right, he said. After a while, they all found something. All they found was an abandoned tunnel. Let's see. I'll go first, he said. But before Madison could disagree, Woody was sliding down the tunnel. But Madison was interrupted by the whee of Dracocus as he went next. Then Bill pushed Madison down, then he went last. At the bottom, they found a big grassy field, except for the middle, where a big hole was. Oh, that's all. Oh, okay. Chapter 6, The Blow To. Everybody crowded around the hole. It seemed like it would never end. So Woody jumped in, like the same thing to do. Then Dracocus, then Bill, then Madison. They all fell for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes of falling is crazy! Before landing in a force field. Yay! Skyfall and Tweedlewink had saved them. I didn't know they were with them. They all walked farther into the Blow To. Then they got to the center. They had to dodge a lot of stars and lightning bolts. After a few minutes, they saw someone tall, someone mean, and someone green. That's, like, unironically so funny. Someone tall, someone mean, and someone green! Sheriku. It was Sheriku. Of course it was Sheriku. Who else would it be? With a spiky head. 3 minutes, yes! 3 minutes. When I say he had a spiky head, by the way, hold on, this is what I mean when I say he had a spiky head. I think the drawing of him was something like, he had like this, he's not this fat, obviously, but like, like this was like kind of like Sonic a little bit. Hi Melody. Like he was kind of like Sonic, and then he had like a spiky, like a spiky Pikachu tail. Like this is what Sheriku looked like in my brain when I was writing this book. And when I say he had like a spiky head, this is what I mean when I say he had a spiky head. So anyway, I think that's funny. Okay, someone tall, someone mean, and someone green. Sheriku. You won't beat me this time, Woody Ledman. I have... help. Every time I do his voice, I get my cheek stuck on my braces. I have Mantigrosses this time. Come out. Then a Mantigross came out. It was blue with stars all over him. He was not too see-through and not too solid. Okay, wait. Wait. No, not that. Oh, wait. This is literally what it was. I'm not even joking. This is actually, for My Little Pony, this is actually what a Mantigross was. I'm not even joking. But yeah, anyways. Okay. designs of stars over his eyes. Oh, and it was 11 feet tall. Shiraku stepped over to the side, and the Mantigross took its place in the middle. Ready, set, go! Yelled Shiraku as a big wind took place. The Mantigross farted. It was so strong that it knocked Skyfall and Tweedledwink out of the air and blew them outside. The wind blew all of their hair. Then electric bolts shot out all over, making the four friend jump and duck. Dracogeese flew up and started jumping on the Mantigross's head, yelling, "Bad Mantigross! Bad Mantigross!" As the Mantigross sent stars to swirl around Woody, Madison, and Bill. Bill was so scared he dropped his wand. Woody took out his wand and yelled, "Can Shark Dye your resume?" But it didn't do anything except make the Mantigross fart more. The stars stopped swirling and stayed in place, closing in on Madison and Bill. The Mantigross shook his head and made Dracogeese go flying off it. Then the Mantigross walked closer and closer, and then sent a giant bolt of electricity, knocking the wand out of Woody's hand. Then, kablam! It all happened so quickly. After it happened, Woody sat down and started to cry after his wand had snapped in half. There it is. There it is. This amazing Google image of his wand was broken. It was quiet for a while, then Shiraku started to laugh. "Not really anything without a wand, eh? Ha 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 ha!" Shiraku fell to the floor laughing. Then he said, "Finish your work." The Mantigross walked over to Woody, opened Woody's mouth, and lightning bolts came out. Woody looked up, his eyes wide, and just as it was about to hit him, Madison jumped in front of him. "Madison!" shouted Woody. "No!" shouted Shiraku. "Oh well, try another, please." Then as the Mantigross opened his mouth, Dracogeese's friend Starbolt jumped in and growled. How the heck did he know it was Starbolt and not just a random dude? Then the big Mantigross and Starbolt began to battle, the stars still closing in on Woody, Bill, and Dracogeese, and stars swirling around them too. Then with one powerful hit, the big Mantigross won. Just as Woody thought the last hope was used, Dracogeese flew up, sprinkled the dust in the middle, and in all of the bedrooms. Bedrooms? What? What? Then all of the chaos was done. "No!" Shiraku screamed and went back to wherever he came from. We don't know where he came from, just wherever he came from. Woody, Bill, and Dracogeese high-fived each other, even though Bill never did much. Oh, Bill! Oh, poor Bill. That's insane, just straight out saying, yeah, he didn't do much, but whatever, he gets a high five anyway. Then Woody ran over to his wand. Not to his girlfriend that's knocked out on the floor. He goes over to his wand that's broken in half. Yeah, okay, that's great. That's great. That's amazing. Then Woody ran over to his wand. "You'll need a new one," said Bill. "No crap, Sherlock," said Woody. Just then Horace dropped through. "Ooh, I came to help you, but it looks like you didn't need any help." "No, we got it." "My wand snapped in half," said Woody. "Oh no! Well, you should pay a visit to Silos this summer and you can stay at the castle again," said Horace. Smell smoke. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, yeah, one of the candles blew out. That's why. Okay, I was a little concerned for a second. Okay. Oh, and you couldn't have done it without his scape. He's the fourth year that stays at the castle over the summer, too. And you tripped over his leg at the start of the year. He's been using an invisibility potion, and he makes the vampire dust for Dracogeese and his family. I like how all this information is just being dropped on us. Fun fact, I actually, thought about retconning in his scape to be, like Woody's long-lost brother at the end of the series, but I decided against it, which, thank God, the only sane thing I've done regarding this book. But yeah, this guy never shows up again after this, by the way. I just want to know. Maybe like one more time. He literally does nothing. You think he's gonna be a new main character, but he literally doesn't do anything. Just then his scape came out. "Hello," he said. So they all went back to the castle. Woody and his scape became good friends, and Woody was happy to have a friend over the summer, and that the Mantangs wouldn't cause any more trouble. Chapter 7, the second end of the year feast. Very, very unique chapter name. Woody was happy when he got back to the castle. As he sat down for the end of the year feast, He wondered what adventures he would have next year. Madison was back from the health center, and Starbolt was back to sleep in her blow tube. All the students knew what he had done, but the third years and under were told just a creature that they would learn about in their fourth year, because the third years and under didn't know about the Mantangs, and the students all did I actually spell it right? Congratulated him and gave him a hug. The school students all knew about Jackie Hughes and wasn't afraid of him anymore. Were they afraid of him, like, in the first place? I don't think that was ever mentioned. Now he had lots of friends. And the end... Oh, wait, no, it was mentioned in his little song. Never mind. And the end of the year feast was really great. The end. Amazing. And now, finally, let's see the author's note. Nella Jade finished this book on the 2nd of November, sorry. Like 6 years ago. And again, I had to put my birthday in again. She loves Harry Potter. She has a Harry Potter house poster on her wall, and she wrote the Wody. I wrote it wrong. I wrote it W-O-D-Y. I spelt my own character's name wrong. Ledmond groups under the matching houses. At this time, I feel like that was really obvious. At this time, she's watched the first 3 movies. Nella Jade is really 7 years old, almost 8. Nella Jade loves Harry Potter so much she wanted to make her own version, just less scary. Wow. And that is the 2nd book. That is amazing. This soundtrack is called Woody's Broken Wand. Yeah. So sad. Really sad. Yeah. Well, I know I told you guys that I would read you the 3rd book, The Doubling Stone. But I am actually... My dad told me I have to be ready soon because we are going to get me a new phone case at the mall, and I'm so excited. So, because of that, I think we'll have to stop here. These readings took longer than I thought they would, well, with all the commentary and stuff, and this one is just a little longer than the other 2, or at least the last one, the second one. So, I think if you guys want me to read the other books in the series, next time we could do the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, then let me know. But if you want me to go back to Roblox, that's completely fine too. I will show you my phone case when I get it. Take care, everybody. I am so happy that you guys came to enjoy this with me, those who did. It was really fun showing just the most nostalgic thing ever with you guys, and laughing at the terribleness of it with you. So I will see you guys later. Please take care, and goodbye, my childs, for now.